Good morning, folks. I'm Mike Myatt, and I'm the president of the San Francisco War Memorial Board of Trustees. And on behalf of the San Francisco War Memorial Performing Arts Complex and the San Francisco Symphony, welcome to Davies Hall. You know, we're grateful for the PUC's, San Francisco PUC's support to make this building one of the greenest and cleanest operating performing venues in this country. And in this complex here, we have the San Francisco War Memorial Opera House, the Veterans Building, Davies Symphony Hall, and they're the homes for the San Francisco Opera, the Ballet, the San Francisco Symphony, and literally hundreds of other organizations who perform and need a place for the performing arts. We're really grateful also in the last 10 years, the PUC's Power Enterprise has invested more than $2 million to improve the efficiency of the lighting and the mechanical system so that we're saving now more than 1 million kilowatts of energy a year and 16,000 therms of natural gas. A therm is 110,000 BTUs, if that helps you. Or a therm is really about 100 cubic feet of natural gas. So that's a big savings here, and really appreciate the PUC's commission support on this. That partnership is continuing because we're renovating the Veterans Building now. And it will open in September of 2015, and it will be LEED certified. So with that, I'd like to thank the mayor for coming here today, and I would like to introduce the general manager for the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission, Mr. Harlan Kelly.
Thank you, Major. Again, my name is Harlan Kelly, and I'm the general manager for San Francisco Public Utilities Commission, and our agency is a municipal power provider. We provide 100% greenhouse gas-free from our Hetchy hydropower, biogas, and also solar. And we use that power to provide power to the airport, to Muni, to City Hall, to our 525 Golden Gate, and also facilities like this. We are really proud to provide these resources to help these facilities obtain 100% greenhouse gas-free power. So one of the things that this project is a municipal project, and we really partnered with the Department of Public Works. We did the design and purchase of the system, but the Department of Public Works actually installed these solar panels. And we actually was able to see them from our building, so we wanted to make sure that they installed them efficiency. And my office is right there, and I was able to oversee the installation of these panels. They did an amazing job, and I would just want hats off for the PUC and DPW working as a team. And so one of the things that the PUC really wants to do, like in our water, we're trying to diversify our water system. We're trying to diversify our power. So we're looking at trying to install more solar installations like this. This is our 16th solar installation that we have installed, and it's just been amazing to see the benefits in investing in solar. And all this couldn't happen if it wasn't for our mayor that believe in infrastructure, a mayor that really invests in jobs, talk about renewables, really invest in our climate goals. It's just a great pleasure to work with a mayor that believes in infrastructure and creating jobs. And I would like to bring up Mayor Ed Lee, who's going to make a special announcement. Thank you.
Thank you, Harlan. Thank you to the SFPUC for your leadership on renewable energy. You and Barbara Hale and the whole division has been wonderful setting examples. And I know Board President David Chu and I share that same goal. He is such a strong advocate for alternative energy, and particularly solar. We've been excited. What a perfect day and a perfect setting right here. The hottest day of April. And all we're doing is we're trying to catch up with Espanola Jackson. That's what she did solar on her house years ago, and she led the way. And why can't all of our municipal entities follow the same? And for this particular site, I want to congratulate DPW and PUC and the whole family of entities, including our Department of Environment, its commission leaders, as well as the workforces, and Local 21, who's here today as well, and the private sector, for pushing our city to do everything that we can to get off oil. This is quality of life issues for our city, but it has the very practical effect. And I know John Keyser, who's the general manager here at the Symphony, knows this as well, because it allows the Symphony to maintain its ticket prices for people like me. A world-class symphony has to appeal to everybody, and they can only do that, and they will continue making it affordable to everyone in the city if it does its work in a smart way, which is have a building that can now enjoy 15% reduction in using the regular energy sources that they have. And this is a story that will repeat itself with every municipal building. We've already done so. In fact, those stories are up to 8.7 megawatts in all our municipal solar, thanks to the PUC's leadership. And we need to also have that conversation, as we do as well as we are in the municipal solar arena. We're also educating our public, homeowners, office building owners, the private sector, to take up that challenge, just like Espanola did with her house. Everybody's house should have that opportunity to do it. And the cost of these solar panels have come down, so that if we are smart about our economics and use money that might be available to us wisely, we can exponentially allow people who want to really do it. I know this city. Every neighborhood wants to join our Department of Environment, wants to join our PUC, wants to join people like Espanola and others to get that on the roof, because they know it will cost cut for themselves on a daily basis. But they also know, and I think more as important, is that we join everybody else in signifying our city as a whole, public and private, are willing to do more to get off of fossil fuel, willing to do more to save our planet. These are the reasons why people talk about the greatness of our world-class city of San Francisco. We want to do more. This is why David Hochschild's taken up that obligation to go to the state, so he can brag about what he done in the city, so that we can be models for the rest of the state. In addition to these municipal solar installations, the array that the PUC has made, we also made a promise we would do everything we can to invite the public, the private sector, to enjoy this. And I'm really talking about fulfilling that enjoyment a lot. I want to thank the War Memorial. I want to thank General Myatt and Beth and the others for kicking this off. But on another perfect day, we have another great announcement. And that is that we have finally figured out, with the cooperation of our Public Utilities Commission, that we want to and do more in funding our Go Solar program. And in years past, when we were trying to celebrate what else we can do, what more we could do, we always were faced with the limitations of financing. In the worst times, we wanted to indicate, and back in the years where the excitement of alternative energy was making its headway and having the leadership here, we funded a program called Go Solar in a very, very strong way. And then over the years, other financial challenges came up, other priorities came up, but never did we ever forget that that was going to be something we wanted to really do. That's been something that I've had in my heart for many years as I went up to these annual celebrations and said, what else can we do? What else can we really do to break the financial ice here? That's what Luminalt and some of our wonderful companies in the city, working with our local labor union leaders, working with private homeowners, saying, what else can the city do to signal this strong effort? And so it is, as Espanola comes up, that for each of the next 2 years, as partly celebration, but also really a reflection of this city's total family commitment, we are committing $5 million each year in the next 2 years for Go Solar program. That's the full fund. That's where everybody has wanted us to get to. And, you know, I want to thank the PUC and its leadership for helping us figure this out. I want to thank, though, the people that have been in the, I can't say trenches anymore, Luminat. You're not in the trench. You're on the rooftops. But you're on the rooftops for good reason. We have something to yell and scream about that's a celebration of this city once again. It makes me so personally proud that I can join with so many other Bay Area counties and cities who are also doing much more, that we can join them in the same level of pace to invest in green jobs, green technology, make our residents, allow them to feel the welcomeness of being invited into the environmental movement that has always been there, but not perhaps in years been inviting to everybody. We're figuring that out more and more. And later on this week, we'll be announcing new leadership at the Department of Environment to also complement everything that we're doing. But today, for this moment, it's about thank you to all of the parties that are working together. Thank you to the Board of Supervisors who are working with me to get this done. Thank you to the contractors, the vendors, our labor friends that we could not do much without. Everybody working together can figure things out better. And when it comes to the environmental challenges, we got to figure out it. We have to do it. We have to be a leader in the world for this. And I'll be proud whether it's going to Santa Clara, San Jose, or going to Shanghai and Manila. We get to be proudly saying, here's what we're contributing. $5 million is what we do this year and the next year. But what we want to do is have that money incite more investment in our green technology and green jobs. This is the jobs of the future. This is what the kids in the Bayview in public housing have been looking forward to. This is what the kids in Chinatown and in the Mission. When am I going to get a real sustainable green job? Not a job that pollutes, not a job that I got to keep my head down and try to make some money, a job that we can be proud of, that we can then share with generations of people in our city to come from. This is what we are doing, and I'm so proud of the whole city family in figuring this out, and proud of our private partners in helping us get to this successful point. Thank you and congratulations, everyone.
So next, I would like to invite the president of the Board of Supervisors, who recently had a hearing and asked us, the PUC, how are we going to fully fund Go Solar? And I guess you asked, it shall happen, right? So why don't you come up and say a few words?
Thank you.
David Chu.
The sun is shining on solar today in San Francisco, and to our general manager, I've got a couple more asks behind that, so we're going to do a couple more hearings. But I just want to thank all of you for coming together. First of all, I have to say I'm excited about today's announcement, in part because some of you know I played the violin for a dozen years and played in a lot of symphony orchestras, and this is tremendous. And the fact that we have a San Francisco symphony that is cutting edge on so many levels, but particularly now on the environmental and green level, is just tremendous. But I'm here really to thank the mayor, to thank the PUC, and thank all of you for coming around a program that has been a model to the rest of the world in how we take care of solar and how we take care of the environment. Go Solar, as you know, started in 2008, has led to 2,500 installations on rooftops around the city, has quadrupled the number of rooftops for homeowners and tenants, for businesses and nonprofit organizations. And we know that the rest of the state and the rest of the country has been looking to do what we have been doing successfully in recent years. But because of our budget challenges, and by the way, I very much appreciate these budget challenges, and I want to thank Mr. Kelly and our mayor for their hard work in trying to figure this out. In recent years, the funding for this program has been challenged, and because of that, we know that installations had gone down over the past 2 years, and this is why the community that we have here today had approached my office some months ago to really focus attention on what we are doing right. And I want to thank the environmentalists who know that this is a model in how we save our planet from global warming. I want to thank our workers and our representatives from labor who know this has been a tremendous program to get folks into our high-tech 21st century workforce. I, of course, want to thank our innovators, our entrepreneurs from Luminal to Sunrun and other solar companies who have decided to invest here in San Francisco because we have been and will be the capital of solar in the country. And I want to thank really all of you for coming together to pull together a hearing a number of weeks ago where I think we did make a good case for why we needed to do this. And of course, Mr. Mayor, thank you in your tough budget decisions for working with the community to get this done. So with that, I look forward to a lot of other future parties on rooftops. And again, congratulations to everyone, but particularly the community, the residents who, from Espanola Jackson to Brightline to others, have been just fighting in the trenches and on the rooftops to make this happen. Have a wonderful and sunny day.
Also, I would like to acknowledge we have a representative of Assembly Phil Ting's office here. Hey, tell him I said hi. You want to come up and say something? Okay. So next, I would like to bring up one of the leaders in advocating for the solar, Go Solar, and fully funded, and he's also the president of the Department of Environmental Commission, and he's been in constant conversations about how we can actually fully fund Go Solar. And, you know, so we got 2 more years to figure out the next 2 years. So, but we should start now. Right. So why don't you come and say a few words?
Thank you, General Manager Kelly. My name is Joshua Arce. I'm very proud to chair the Commission on the Environment, and I want to say that every year around this time there's a kind of annual thing where solar advocates and jobs advocates become a little bit pesky about fully funding GoSolarSF. So Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for doing this, fully funding GoSolarSF, not just this year but next year. It's the first time that we've had 2 years of full funding locked in since I don't know how long, so thank you for that. Supervisor Chu gave us a chance a couple weeks ago. He called the first hearing on GoSolarSF in 5 years, believe it or not, at the Board of Supervisors. Gave scores of us the chance to come out to express our support for the program, why we believe in it, why it's so special, and why it's become a model for the state and nation. So thank you for doing that, Supervisor Chu. So General Manager Kelly, we're going to work with you. You know, we're there. We're going to work together, make this happen with all these resources. Get GoSolarSF back on track, get the installations up, the jobs up. And I know, speaking for the Department of Environment, we have our new Renewable Energy Program Manager, Allison Healy, here, who's ready to step up from the Department of Environment. I want to thank the department for everything they do, and heck, we'd probably even be willing to co-manage GoSolarSF with you if you want. Just thinking, we don't got nothing to do for 2 years. I know that my colleague, Commissioner Nick Josefowicz, wanted to be here. He took ill this morning. He is so passionate about solar. Mr. Mayor, you may not know this. He actually changed his middle name to Solar because he believes so much in it. So I wanted to give him a little shout out for when he has a chance to learn about this important announcement. He'll be excited. And I know that Roger Kim, your environmental policy advisor, has been working tirelessly around this. So thank you, Roger, to pull this off. In some ways, we're kind of going back to the beginning with this big announcement. You have California Energy Commissioner David Hochschild here, who when he was San Francisco Public Utilities Commissioner, like we have PUC Commissioner Vince Courtney here, it's kind of a big circle, David Hochschild showed us how you could take a taxpayer rebate, put it in the hands of homeowners, nonprofits, businesses to go solar, and that every dollar you put in as a solar rebate unlocked 5 times and oftentimes many more of investment and economic activity here in the city and county of San Francisco. So in other words, this $5 million, Mr. Mayor, will mean $25 million or more in local solar investment next year in San Francisco. More jobs. We're seeing partnership, contractors, organized labor, Labor's Local 261, IBW Local 6, folks working with Luminal, community. It's all really coming together, and we get to do that. Assemblymember Ting, when he was assessor recorder, Ting showed us the program pays for itself. How good does that get? Because when the properties go solar, it goes up in value, and that's more revenue. In the long term, the program pays for itself. But, you know, this is one of those things. I'm an advocate. You can probably tell by the gesticulating arms, and I'm a little bit of an advocate. It's an honor to be a commissioner as well. I really want to thank the advocates. And when you get one of your own as an advocate from the outside to the inside to have the honor to be an environment commissioner, you want to thank everybody. So I'm going to make sure I don't forget anyone, because this is critical. Everyone that came out for that hearing all these years, Vote Solar, Leadership for a Clean Economy, Asian Neighborhood Design, Sierra Club, APRI, Luminalt, Sunrun, Solar City, Sungevity, DBL Investors, Labor's Local 261, IBEW Local 6 coming out today. Of course, the ambassador of solar, Dr. Espinola Jackson. And last but not least, particularly a tireless environmental advocate, a lawyer, a community advocate from Brightline Defense, Mr. Edwin M. Thank you for all your work. And thank you again, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, everybody, for this great day, this great achievement.
So next, I would like to call up my boss. He's the president of the PUC Commission. He has been very instrumental in actually broker the relationship with the Department of Public Works and the PUC to actually perform this work on this rooftop, installing these solar panels. And so I would like for our Commissioner President Vince Courtney to come up and say a few words.
Good afternoon. It's a beautiful backdrop, isn't it? It kind of shows me that City Hall is committed to clean, green energy and green jobs. Everybody's doing shout outs today, so it kind of makes it difficult for me to shout out to the IBEW again, my brothers in the Laborers Union and the building trades. But I'm lucky today because it's really, really hot. I've been here my whole life, and this isn't really, I'm not used to this stuff. So everyone's shouting out to Espinola Jackson, but what you don't know is that Espinola, in addition to all of the many, many things that she does for the people of San Francisco, she's my doctor. So keep a close eye on me, right? Because, you know, no, in all seriousness, I'm proud to stand here with Mayor Lee. Mayor Lee understands all of the many advantages to moving in the direction of these clean power installations. He understands how it benefits our communities. He understands how it benefits the labor organizations and the people that we represent, and how it really changes lives by putting these installations on private and public sector properties. We're really moving into what Supervisor David Chu referred to, an opportunity to become the capital of solar, if not in the world, then certainly in the country. And I'm very enthusiastic about what, and let's just say it, what Josh Arce was able to really put together with aggressive advocacy for the workers that he represents, but also for the environmental community, because we have an obligation to make sure that we move in this direction. It's a pinch me moment, because working with the great talented staff that Harlan Kelly has, working with our great mayor, and then working with the board president, David Chu, gives me an opportunity to assist our members, 5,000 laborers, in really understanding that we are one city, we are working together, and we are getting things done. I'm really, really excited about today, but I'm excited about the next 2 years, and then figuring out the 2 years after that, right, Harlan? That's what really excites us. But before I go, I want to introduce somebody so you can just get kind of a feel for how this impacts working folks. Melissa McDermott, can you come up, Melissa, please? Yes. So Melissa is going to tell us a little bit about how these installations really impact working people, how she's going to develop a skill set that's going to benefit not just her and her family, but also San Francisco as a whole. We're going to support Melissa until the end of her professional career doing this work. Wonderful. I want you guys to know that this is my sister right here. So without further ado, thank you very much.
Wow, Vince, thank you so much for that introduction. What a beautiful day. It's amazing. I graduated from Asian Neighborhood Design in 2010 and have been employed full-time at Luminalt Solar with benefits, supporting my family since then on a professional development track that I am happy with. I feel good every day that I go to work. I know I'm doing something not only good for my family, but also good for the environment, and there's something really special about that. I also, Go Solar, it's a holistic approach is a responsible solution to socioeconomic and environmental issues that are going on. And San Francisco is really the pioneer of that. So thank you, Mayor Ed Lee, for your vision and for your steadfast commitment to not only the environment, but to the people of San Francisco. Thank you, Supervisor Chu, for your leadership on the Board of Directors. Without your team, this wouldn't be possible. Thank you, General Manager Kelly, for administering the program. I know it's not easy. Thank you, Josh Arce, for your advocacy in social justice, environmental justice, and local hire. And thank you to you, Vince Courtney, for your work on the commission and also for your support of the Laborers Union and for creating local jobs. When you invested in Asian neighborhood design and you invested in GoSolarSF, you invested in me. And it worked.
So I would like to thank everyone for coming out and enjoying this project that is dear and special to the PUC. We just want to thank you for coming out, and thank you. All right.